Who's that?
It's me.
Oh, 2 envelopes.
Little, theatre, perhaps?
Markers, chalks, felt tips. Oh, I had a sudden rush of blood to my groin at the sight of those. Lovely.
Should I read them both?
No.
Oh, just pick one.
No. No. Which one do you want to read?
That one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Put 3 single-digit numbers in the slots, then open the second task.
A 2.
Lovely.
Going in there.
And I read this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Deliver a 1-minute lecture about the year you selected.
Your lecture must start in 15 minutes from now.
Most informative lecture wins.
You may not leave the lab.
Ivo, you selected the year 1125. 1123. Oh, it's the year 1500.
Of course there's a 1 in front of it.
Why did I do that?
1417. What was going on then?
Presumably Hastings is recovering from a big war.
It's 500 years after the Battle of Hastings. Ish.
Oh, God. Oh, no, I'm getting into a fetal position now because this is so awful. 1642.
It's not Pangea, then.
Pardon?
You know, when all the Earth was just one chunk?
Oh, I see, right.
Yeah, no.
No. Written germs.
Yeah, I'm trying to write down a list of things that people didn't know in 1417. Right.
So...
Witches. When were witches?
I just need to go to the loo. Can I just go to the loo?
Not allowed to go to the loo.
I can't. I go to the... I've started a period. Alex.
Jesus died, we think, around 0?
There's a few Edwards about then.
Sword in the Stone. Excalibur. Merlin.
It seems to me at this stage that the only historical event that anyone here is aware of is 1066.
Yeah. Can I just point out that Ivo and I have a really similar year?
Yeah.
Ivo went to Eton, and I spent high school on acid. I didn't go to high school.
Odd to look at our 2 outfits and think that you're the acid one.
OK, first up to the lectern are Dr. Graham and Doc Martin. Your minute starts on the whistle.
1123. The year is not 1124 or 1122. Rome has fallen.
This is medieval, something you could shout at literally any point in 1125. True, William I, the Conqueror, dead, but his son, or relative William II, William Rufus, I think is king.
Christianity sweeps Europe. We're talking monotheism, baby.
When 1125 is established, what? Fighting illness. Why? Life hard, death frequent, tension constant.
We're very far from the Renaissance. Monks, some of them are bald.
The UK, I didn't include Ireland because I was mainly focused on this, I'm sorry. The main threat was from France, constant threat.
1123. Numerically, 1 + 1 + 2 + 3 = 7. 7th letter of the alphabet, G. G, God. AKA, what I said before, Christianity swooping Europe because Rome has fallen.
I've also done my own family tree to put myself into the story. I'm one of 3. My parents ran slightly out of time. Oh no, I'm inbred.
There's some stuff in there, right?
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
I wonder if any of it's true.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me again.
Thanks, Ivo.
Well, when I was a kid, the BBC would play out open university films, and it was always of some eccentric professor sort of rabbiting on about something that, as a child, you didn't understand. And I was taken right back there, Ivo.
Yes, we had a historian called Dan Jones to verify your facts.
Right up to whether he's inbred?
You said that everyone could shout medieval. That was your opening gambit.
Yeah.
Yes, 1125 was medieval from our perspective, but could you shout it in 1125?
Oh,
no, because the concept...
Come on, Dan
The
Jones,
concept
give
is a
me a
product of the Reformation.
You will not speak over the historian's words.
Dan Jones is a piece of shit.
Can you get money back from Eton?
I didn't know you'd been on my dad's search history.
Made it all right. Monotheism was the name of the game everywhere.
It was, but
yes.
that was the very broad point that May made. Rome is dead, Christianity swept the world are the only two facts I ticked off. And then you did some spurious maths equation.
I have a beautiful mind.
OK, now two experts on the classic years 1417 and 1500. It's Frankie and Kyle.
Welcome to my lecture on Britain in 1417.
1500 or so.
What do we know about Britain then? We don't know who the king was. All we know is that he was some sort of brutal English bastard. Things they didn't know about then include germs, atomic theory, radio waves, central heating, the rapture, and tobacco.
It was a good year for farmers.
Britain as a concept didn't fully exist yet, and we didn't have a sense of British identity.
Water wasn't invented in 1500s, but used in the 1500s, yes.
And that is what happened in 1417.
10 seconds left.
Is that real? What? That's like 1500s. There was a lot going on. There was witches that came later. What they do have in the 1500s that they still have now is like dogs and people and huts.
That's a minute.
Was that a real minute? I had so much prepared.
I think it was pretty informative.
Some of it was true.
Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did Frankie tell us anything that happened in 1417? I mean, the man forgot his year as he started his
Dan Jones might think differently.
Dan agrees there was no fully formed sense of British identity at the time.
Yep.
And Frankie's summary list of stuff we didn't know about in Britain is largely correct.
Largely correct, yes. Kyle, I think you're going to clean up on this.
Yeah, same.
We don't even need to ask Dan whether there were dogs, people and huts. Let's zoom in on water hadn't been invented yet, but it was being used.
Dan says the water thing is unarguable. I've never heard it put like that before, though. There's only one person left to deliver their 1 minute lesson. 1 minute on the year 1642. Here is Jenny's minute.
Hello, 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 everybody. It's a joy to be at the campus this afternoon to spend some time with you all. And so I'd like to begin the lecture today by writing 1642. Now, does anybody in the audience know what the significance of this date, 1642, is? It's a time of turmoil, it's a time of conflict, it's a time of weather, and it's a time of women really not having the kind of underwear that we have today. We have little pants, don't we? And bras. I think men might have been wearing the codpiece, but we're not concentrating on them at the moment. You see, this is what they didn't have. Women didn't have that. They didn't have the pill either. They didn't have Ryvita. Quite often, you know, depending on your budget and stuff like that, people like to have swans in 1642. That's a swan now, but 1642, they were slightly different. They were more like that. So, does anybody have any questions? Was that a minute?
Roughly, yeah. Do you want me to blow my whistle?
Yes, please.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you very much.
Great work.
Five minutes, 29 seconds.
Yeah, I tried to stop you, but it was not possible.
What did Dan have to say about Jenny's long lecture?
Well, Dan says I'm not an expert on women's underwear, but I did a quick Google. Yeah. She's about right on the women's underwear. Codpiece, you're wrong. The heyday of the codpiece had finished about 50 years previously.
Oh, my God. That's one of your only facts.
I can't speak to the history of Ryvita, but Jenny's point does feel plausible.
So I give some points out. I'm awarding points according to how many actual facts there were. In Jenny's, there were 2 facts, but you spoke for 1 week. Kyle had -1 fact. But because I enjoyed both your lectures, despite them being clearly horseshit, I'm going to give you 2 points each. Okay. Congratulations.
2 to Jenny, 2 to Kyle. Right.
We think that May actually said 1 fact.
Great.
3 points to May. OK.
Yeah. Frankie had 2 facts, so he gets 4 points.
How happy he is.
And at the top of the tree, it's Professor Graham with 5 sweet points.
Well done, Albert.
For more Taskmaster, subscribe now.